Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the painting broadcast. We're going to be trying to finish up this miniature this morning. Welcome, Caleb. Thanks for coming out. We're just going to finish getting all our stuff together, our supplies ready. We're still working on Laura's Barbarian this morning, but that'll be all right. I know it's a little early for some of you, a little late for others. Kind of splitting the difference here. It's been kind of a crazy morning. Got some slightly silly weather outside and things that had to be done around the shop, but those are all just excuses, and at the end of the day now we're here. So we're going to be picking up where we left off. We'll be looking at a few things here, getting everything situated. All right. Now we managed to get our base color for our leather on here yesterday and a little bit of our flesh tone. We're going to keep blocking stuff out. We never heard back from Laura, so I guess we've got carte blanche on some of the colors. We'll see what we can do. Probably do up this blade and something looking nice. Something looking nice. That's a technical term for high quality painting. And welcome, Jeremy. Glad to have you. We'll see what we can get going for you guys here. See what we can get happening. Just give me one more second here to finish getting some things ready. Try to get this all set up and going. Appreciate your patience this morning. Hope you're all well this morning. Hope you all are having a good morning. I know I can't complain. I would have liked a few more hours of sleep today, as I'm sure a lot of us would have. All right, I think that gets us squared away here. I think we're good to go. So let's start off with getting our brush and everything ready and organized. Get a little water in our cup. You're really not painting until you got water in the cup. Just saying. Just saying. Go ahead and start with a fresh side of our paper towel. Get our damp spot on our paper towel here. Start shaping the tip of our brush a little bit. Go ahead and put a little bit of water on our soap. Work a little bit of a lather into our brush so that we can go ahead and get the brush conditioner in our brush, because we don't want the paint in our brush, we want the paint on our brush. Oh my God, is that going to be my catchphrase? I hope not. What are you known for? Put the paint on the brush. It's going to be infamous. Going to end up like a lotion in the basket type of thing, probably. Just see some of these legs that I just want to hit them with another light coat. Get them squared away a little bit, and I'll try my best not to mumble today. I noticed in the video yesterday that I was a little muffled, and I think it's because when I stoop over here and I'm by myself and I'm in this big echoey workshop that my brain tells me, be quiet, you're shouting. And the reality is, well, I'm not shouting in the microphone at your end. At your end, I'm actually quite quiet. Which anybody knows me knows that's fairly uncharacteristic. There we go. Just a little light touch. Give a little bit more opacity to that paint. And you can see we've got our zenithal highlight on here, and should bring our model together pretty nice. Hoping to have Laura's model finished up today. See if we can get through everything with the basing. Whatever other little catastrophe life sends at us our way, little surprises and presents and gifts. Okay, so we had a lot of people say they wanted a gray wolf pelt. Gray wolf pelt. Okay. Well, let's see what we got here. We definitely got colors for that. All right, so we got some Corax white that'll need to be shaken really well. We're going to reach out here and find all our colors that we're looking to work with today. What do we got here? Some Celestra Gray. Get our white ink out. We're going to need that. Get our burnt umber out. And actually, those don't need to be like right in front of you guys. They can actually be off camera. We know what we're using, right? Let's see. We're going to need probably just a touch of a good brown. So we've got a good brown to work with. We've got our washes. Probably some Agrax Earthshade. And believe it or not, good old Skeleton Horde contrast paint. It's going to do more than you think. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get our piece out here. We'll set it down. Just kind of start sizing it up here. And actually, let's take this and use it as a holder. It'll be a little easier to work with. And get that like that. Okay. I think the first thing that we're going to want to do is get our light color on and start building out from the center. If we're going to go with a gray wolf pelt, go ahead and pull up some references. I don't know about you guys, but when I paint, I like to pull up a reference picture off to my side, and then I have that to always look at. I don't really think I need to have done a lot of wolf pelts here, but you know what? How the hell with it. We'll wing it. We'll wing it. Hashtag winging it. If you guys haven't had a chance yet, I beg you all very greatly to go over and check out our website, antiuposcoda.com. We're going to throw some stainless steel ball bearings into our Corax white. Corax white isn't really white, it's gray. It's like a very light gray, but it always settles. It always settles until it's almost hard on the bottom, and always needs the most shaking. We're actually going to go in here and do a little bit of hard mixing with it. Use the end of our brush. And you know what? This will be a good example of it isn't always sunshine and roses. You can see how thick this is down here. Some of the colors, some pigments, some colors, just they don't want to stay emulsified. They want to separate. They want to go down. So we're going to take however much time it takes to go ahead and get this re-emulsified, turned back into paint. All right. And it's okay. We're not in a hurry. We're not going anywhere today. All right. I can't guarantee that bourbon won't show up again. I can't guarantee that I won't stop the stream to go try some. But I promise you, I will hang in there as long as my vices are not tempted. So there we go. We're starting to look a little bit more like paint. We can still see we have a big hard clump on the bottom, so we're going to keep just working that against the sides. All right. And preparation is everything, man. You know, it doesn't, the time that you spend really isn't usually on painting the model. It's making sure that you're following all the steps building up to applying the paint correctly. At least that's been my experience. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there who say, no, that's not true. I spend all my time painting the model. And you may be lucky. You may have paint that just doesn't need to be constantly cared for and taken care of. But I myself find that I almost always need to do some kind of paint care here. And we're going to just squeegee that down to our brush. And that should be our little drop of paint on our wet palette that we need. Because we don't really need a ton. And I do hate to waste this stuff. Not OG money bags here. Can't just throw paint away. You kids, it was during the coronavirus of 2019, 2020 when we learned that we had to pee in our paint bottles because water was hard to find at Walmart. It happens. See that? See how that's splitting like that? That means that we did not get our brush clean yesterday. So now we're going to do some brush cleaning. All right. Sit here and roll our bristles. Make sure that we're getting everything just the way that we want it. Not even in in screen here. Let me zoom out so that you guys can see what I'm doing. I feel, oh man, I've just been letting you down so much. It's still early. Bear with me. We're out of coffee. Got one bottle of water. Haven't even drank a Monster yet. People honking outside. What's this world coming to? Can't just be outside honking at people. Occasionally you might hear my my big overhead door shutter as I am sitting back here in the workshop. Those of you who've been here and seen my workshop know what I'm talking about. Actually working a big open space. It's got a big garage door off to the side. No cushy desks here. Here's the workbench. I don't think I even need the smaller brush yet. We'll go back to our number 2. Alright. Get it shaped up. Looking happy. Get our excess water out. Give her a little lick. We'll just start working this in. Real easy. No rush, no hurry. Give it a little bit of water. Just get it nice and thin. You guys can see kind of how it's breaking apart there. See how that surface tension is pulling it back? Yeah, we're going to fix that real quick. Go ahead and grab just a little bit of our dilute there. Oh, see how quick that just shoots across that water? When you hit it with that flow aid, that's why it's called flow aid, makes it flow better. And well, we have a really saturated brush right here. We've got a lot of paint in here. I think we're going to be able to just sneak right across this, let it flow into all these little crevices, and what we might do is just remove the excess. Alright. Just work our way down. We find a spot that we need a little bit more paint in, we'll come back and we'll borrow some from those deeper pools and puddles. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. We're just base painting. Nobody have a heart attack yet. Alright. I know there's people at home going, oh my god, are you end stabbing your Winsor & Newton brush? Yep, just a paintbrush. It's a good paintbrush, but it's still just a paintbrush. And sometimes you got to give them a stern talking to get the paint down where you need it. You know, best paintbrush in the whole world, but if you don't paint the whole model, what was the point? Alright, so now we're going to wipe away our excess. Alright, and we're just going to reach in here and re-dab through all these little deeper recesses and pull that excess back out so we're not leaving pools and puddles or anything too insane. I assure you, we're going to be okay. We are going to make it. Alright, so now we just get a little bit of paint to just paint along this edge. Haven't decided what the inside color of this cloak is going to be yet. Feel free to offer suggestions. Yeah, there's definitely wolf pelt there. That's her shoulder. I get this colored in just so that you can't see the transition. Behind her, you don't want it to come to the edge of the cloak and have a big black stripe. I'm going to go ahead and come in here from the sides, get this painted. And I mean, I don't claim to be the world's most amazing painter. I'm sure there's other gentlemen out there who are doing a much better job. See how much our brush is fanning out here. That's no good. It's no good. You know what the trouble with white paint is? How you know when you get it all out of your brush. That's it. Bounty. I need black paper towel. Can you get with me on that? A little black paper towel. A little fresh water, because it won't lie. Water goes cloudy. Still got paint. See? Just a little bit of paint coming up out of those barrels. The ferrule. Is that what it's called? Feel like I should know that. Alright, so now we got a big drop of water on here. We're going to go ahead and lather up our brush. Try to lift some of that color right up out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and there we go. Nice clean brush. Be a little lazy here. We'll just keep flipping our paper towel over. Alright, so as you can see, this is actually laid in pretty nice. Sat right down in there. And it's okay if we have some darker spots. It's a wolf pelt. There's going to be random colored places. Now the way that I envision this is that this is going to be the back and the shoulders of the wolf coming straight down here to the rear hips. So what we're going to get is a darker shade down through the center and then down through these hips as it spreads out at the bottom. So the shoulders will be a little darker, the center will be a little darker, and then the hips. So the best way that I think we can accomplish this is actually if we grab some straight white paint, which by golly, I had some yesterday. Pretty sure I had some yesterday. Yep, still have some. Put that next to our Coralax white. And you quickly see a huge contrast there between those two colors. And then, this is where it gets a little sketchy, because this stuff does not play around. Just that little bit of ink. Don't need much at all. And then, got some black here. I don't think I want that black. I think I'm looking for like a blue black. Because wolf pelt, you know, going through that grayscale, it isn't going to be just flat black. It's going to have that little bit of blue sheen to it. Alright, and now we're going to take the end of our brush. We're going to mix our color palette a little bit. Alright, we're going to work our way around. Right through the brown. Alright, up here we have a little bit darker. Alright, now, as I'm painting, I'll be able to grab from any one of these puddles. Alright. And get closer to the shade that I'm looking for. And it's going to be fine. We're going to get through this just fine. We're going to grab a little bit more of this black, because I just want a little bit darker black up at the top. And, boy. Now this is where we got to be super, super careful right here. Because this stuff is like lightning in a bottle. We're just going to scratch a little bit of black ink right there. I'm telling you, it doesn't look like much, but what a difference it will make. Alright, that's going to be that right there. That's all we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to gradually chase our gray. Alright, we're going to just gray through the shoulders here. Maybe get a little close to that brown there, that burnt umber. A little bit of a brown color into our wolf pelt. A little darker right there. Just going to come back through. Layer after layer. We want this cloak to still be a little bit wet. We want to wet blend just a little bit as we're going here. Alright, we want to keep a wet paintbrush. We're not worried about colors mixing on our brush. It'll give us more of the natural tones that we're looking for. We're going to drag just a little bit of that black down into here. I hope you can see the palette. Yeah, okay, you can see the palette. Okay, so we're going to just drag this down into here until we start to see the shade that we want. Alright. We're basically making a little shade puddle right here. Alright, we're just going to slowly come back through. Darkening this up. Alright. getting that color where we want it. By the time we're done, this should be a pretty convincing little wolf cloak. Alright, now this time, I'm going to come over to almost just the straight burnt umber. Alright. I'm just going to work a hint of this brown in right along the edges so that when we come back with our black, you'll be able to see that hint of brown without it being overwhelming. Alright. Now remember we said, what's the back of a wolf look like? Well, if you think of like a husky or a picture of a timber wolf or something like that, they've always got those dark features on top. Alright. They're always darkest from the top. So now, I'm just going to start to slowly bring those features right down the spine. Alright. Go right straight to the black up here. Alright, we're just going to slowly work that in. Bring it right down, center in the back. I'll tell you, a friend of mine, not too long ago, did an amazing wolf cloak. I mean, probably one of the better ones I've ever seen on a miniature that he painted for me. And I know a lot of you are like, Woody, somebody else painted your mini? Well, yeah, I love to see other people's great artwork too. My friend Bart Larson, he's an aircraft mechanic and a really phenomenal painter. Painted a miniature for me not too long ago. A character in my campaign by the name of Bjorn. Bjorn is an overbearing Viking-esque figure, if you can believe it, with a name like that. He's chief of his tribe, and he wears this really epic direwolf pelt as a cloak, and it looks really, really unbelievable. Alright, now we're going to bring that black up to where the shoulders would be of the wolf. Make sure that we get that the way that we want it. And when this dries just a little bit, we'll probably come over one last time. You know what? We might even be able to do it right now. Hashtag live dangerously. What's the worst thing that can happen? We repaint it. I'm gonna get a letter. I know it. It's gonna be from Laura. She's gonna be like, I didn't want a wolf pelt. So we got a whole drop of that black ink there right now. Ooh-wee, let me tell you, I am a little bit nervous. I'm gonna go ahead and just rinse our brush out a little bit here because we're gonna switch down to a smaller brush for just a minute. And I just want to make sure. You see, by loading that with the brush cleaner, how quickly that cleaned up. All right. Makes it so nice, so nice. And same thing when you store your brushes, you know, it stores them with a shape and a memory. So we're gonna go straight to this white, this really bright white, and we're just gonna bring it in on what would be the belly edge of the wolf. All right. We don't really want it anywhere else. It's too white for the back of it. It wouldn't even make a good gray transition. And we're going to wet blend that out while some of this is still wet, and just let that find its natural flow, shadow, and shade. All right, I'm going to bring that right out, and that's going to come together so quick and so nice. All right, same thing. Just gonna grab a little bit of that white. I'm going to start working in on this edge. And I'm not going for full coverage or full saturation. I want some of that gray to sit down darker. I want to leave some of that burnt umber behind. All right. I'm just looking for a really hard white right along this very edge. All right. Drag some of that brown down to it. All right, make sure we got in the shoulder here. And there you go. There you go. Might be able to hit just a little bit more black right down the center, really darken it up. That might be a good place for some of our black 2.0. All right, something that's going to really neutralize any residual color that's there. We'll have to just see how that looks. One nice thing, it's painting. We're painting minis, guys, and gals. So it's okay to do something over. It's okay to try something and decide you're not happy with the way that came out and do something different. So here we are. We're going to grab just a little bit of this really uber black paint. Go ahead and thank Justin Dinan, who made that possible. He had us paint some Tyranids for him. Nice Banta black. All right, we're going to load up that brush because we're just looking to put a little bit of a jet black right down the very center. All right, we don't even want to bring it out. We don't want to feather it. We don't want to blend it. We just want it to kind of flow into some of this and give us a really dark highlight. Boy, I bet this wolf would have looked just terrifying. But if that doesn't say Alpha Wolf, I don't know what does. Look at that. Fantastic. Alright, so we'll go ahead and brush some of that out. Alright, and now, while we're waiting on our pelt to dry, we're going to decide on a glove color. Alright, and we've already done that kind of reddish brown leather. We've already done our base coating for that. And I want something that stands different from the skin tone enough to stand out, but not so contrasting that you're like, oh, it's just, you know, dark color on dark color on dark color on dark color. I'm thinking blue gloves. There's not going to be a lot of color on this miniature. But you know, I think some gloves that really just popped, that could be a thing. Oh, we got just a little bit of wolf pelt here we should do real quick too. Well, we've got our wolf pelt colors out. Let's go ahead and we'll just wet blend our way right through this. Watch this. Alright, so we're going to get in here. Be very careful. It's okay if we don't get in every single recess. Alright, and we're just going to blend that up our color change just a little bit. Reach over here and grab some of this brown. I'm going to come back and white highlight just the edges of it. And we'll keep doing it until we get it the way that we want it. Don't ever be afraid of too much color. You can always redo it. You're not married to it. It's just paint. There could be a catchphrase. It's just paint. I'm mumbling again. Sorry. Doing it. Can't help it. I get quiet. I'm all stooped over. You know, I'm hunched up painting this miniature, making sure that you can see it. And my brain just says, hush up. Be quiet. Don't shout in people's ears. There, I think that looks pretty nice. I think we can live with that. Put my name on it. All right, so I think that is all our wolf pelt. All right, so on to our tan brown leather. I'm looking for something light because we're going to put a wash over it. Got Zandri dust, Shari bone. Let's see, what else do we got over here? All the way back here. Got some good old beachcomber beige. Don't be afraid to reach up and grab the apple barrel. It's not the end of the world. Nutmeg brown. Any khaki? Any khaki? I know we got some khaki around here somewhere. Khaki? Khaki. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Khaki. Does that mean she works for State Farm? Maybe. Maybe. Drippy, drippy. That is a comment right there. Okay. Put a drop of that right there. Let's grab a little bit of our water from right here, and we'll just come into the edge of that. We'll make her flow. Get her mixed in. See how quick it starts to look like paint? And, you know, we got enough of our flow aid on there. Just starts emulsifying real nice here. We're just taking a second here. Like I said, if you guys are enjoying, please feel free to like it and share it. Head on over to antiuposcoda.com. Support your local game store. If you like miniatures like this, these are all available on our web store or in the shop. If you're looking for a miniature, we carry the full line of Reaper Bones minis, as well as a pretty good collection of Darkhaven Legends. I myself prefer to paint the metal minis, but that's just me. You may like the Reaper Bones better. The plastic miniatures, nothing wrong with them. Great looking minis. There was a time when everybody used to say the metal minis had a little bit more detail, and truthfully I think those days are gone. I think they're getting to a place now with the plastic miniatures where there's just as much detail. Now I've spilled a little paint over onto her girdle, but I think we're going to be okay there. Just work everything up and along, right around as we go. You'll see once we put a wash on her, like this is very light tan, but once we put a wash on her, none of this will look tan. It'll all look like a very light leather. Hit me up in those comments, guys. Let me know how I'm doing. Is it the worst thing you've ever seen? Is it the best thing you've ever seen? Well, we know it's not the best thing you've ever seen. I'm being an optimist there. But I sure would like to know what you think. Your feedback is crucial. Your opinions matter. I do read the comments. I know you probably shouldn't do that. It's like reading the critics if you're an actor or something like that. But, you know, it matters. Your opinion matters. We're not worried about her girdle too much because we know that we're going to be following up with like a metallic at some point over that. All right, we know What is that? She's got some kind of an emblem here on her chest. And she's got a shoulder piece. I think we're going to do the shoulder piece in leather because she's a barbarian. Alright. Great weapon fighter. Fighting with the great weapons. Alright, there we go. Okay, is there anything I'd like to get a little more on as we're going around? That's all we're looking to do, is just build up layers, getting towards opacity. And I mean, if you're putting these layers on thin, by the time you get around this model, you can probably go back to where you started, because it's probably real close to dry. Especially the building that I'm in is heated with natural gas, big forced air heaters, so it's very, very dry in here. And that is one nice thing, is that paint dries really fast in here. It's really, really beneficial sometimes. The downside is you could almost watch the water dissipate from my wet palette. So we'll just go ahead and give it the juice. Glad all you guys are tuning in this morning. I'm glad you guys are enjoying this. I hope that me doing this is giving you guys something to do in the old apocalypse. We are all children of the apocalypse now. This is our Great Depression. We'll be able to look back at our children's children and talk about the time we watched a guy paint little metal D&D miniatures uphill both ways to school through the 68-degree weather. That'll be us. That'll be us talking about the hard times, the stuff we had to endure back in the old Rona days of 2020. We're just giving that a moment. Let's take a look over here at our cloak, how that is coming out. That is drying nicely. That is looking really good. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but some of that brown peeked through, some of that black. It all blended together really well. Let me just stand up here and bring this up in the highlight so that you can see it. Pretty happy with that. Apparently, the LED lighting moves a frequency bar across here, the shadow. Now, I don't have that shadow when I'm painting, but I do apologize that you have that shadow. I don't know which one of my lights is doing it. It's definitely not that one. Okay. But I will look into trying to get some different lighting. Maybe I can rectify the problem. I didn't even realize it was a problem until just now when I saw this. So I do apologize. I hope that it doesn't take away too greatly from your experience and giving you guys something cool to watch. You just have to, I guess, catch it between the waves. All right, so we got a consensus. Do we know what color we're painting these gloves yet? Anybody fire back with no, not that color? Yes, please, that color. Not happy with this arm. I'm gonna get a little bit more color on this arm. I don't think we ever came back and hit this arm with a second, let alone a third coat, to make sure that it had the opacity that it needed for her to have actual skin tone. Probably not. That'll be alright. We'll get it. Got a long way to go. Got a good amount of time to get there. So in lighter news, got Magic Icora release right around the corner. Can't wait. Get my Godzillas on. Looking forward to sitting down with some friends and playing some of the old Magi. Can't wait. Really waiting for this to all lift, these restrictions to go away. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're here for good reasons, and they're here to help keep everybody safe and protected, and well, you can never take that too seriously. But going a little stir crazy here. Sitting here, I'm about to start naming my paint bottles, just so I have people to talk to. Awkward silence. Yeah. Might just do that. Might just start naming the old paint bottles. So, it's a girl. Gosh, do we go blue or purple for them gloves? I mean, like, purple gloves look pretty good. Light blue. Let's do just a little social experiment here. Give these a good little shake. Good shakety shake, shake, shake. I wish you guys could see me right now. I'm doing my bar rescue shake. Hold them up to the side, smiling. Big smile. Big smile. Gotta get the old bar rescue shake on. All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of an experiment here. Ooh, it's called Paint Our Thumb Blue. Thanks, Citadel. I really love these caps. Okay, so there's all of the blue paint that we're ever going to need as we try to salvage the rest. Wow. Wow. That happened. Gotta love live streaming. Everybody who sees me now today is going to be like, why is your thumb blue? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Blue thumb. So many jokes, so little time. Maybe you guys can give me some good excuses. Shout out in the comments. Tell me what kind of excuses I can use to tell people like why my thumb is blue. I feel like there's a bunch of inappropriate Smurf humor about to go down. Talking to you, Matt Murphy. I'm talking to you, bud. Otis, wake up. We're still painting. Don't fall out on me yet, buddy. I'm not trying to talk you to sleep. I always love to listen to stuff like this while I'm doing my housework, getting everything squared away. So, I don't want to paint just yet, but I do want to look at these two colors side by side, kind of decide what one I want. If only Laura would message me back and say, hey man, it's got to be this color, it's got to be that color. I'm not bitching though, I'm really not. I'm kind of happy to just be able to go crazy here. And I think she'll like it. Hell, I'd like it. I gotta tell you, I'm really... Blue glove, purple glove. Blue glove, purple glove, purple glove. She's got the maroon leathery bits, but I really want this to jump out. Oof, oof, oof. What do we do? Wow, they're casting this in one of the Warhammer groups? That's awesome. I feel so blessed. What group is it? That's super cool. If you're watching this in a Warhammer group, I'm super touched. I know this isn't really Warhammer related, but thank you for recasting this and supporting the live stream like this. I really appreciate it. That's awesome, you guys. Now I do a little bit of Warhammer painting, but man, I've seen how extreme some of that gets. You guys do some fantastic painting. Some of the most amazing miniatures I've ever seen have been Warhammer minis. I've been really impressed with the next level that you guys routinely take that stuff to. So awesome, so awesome. Wow. Now I feel all the pressure. I'm getting the meat sweats. I'm going to start getting the palpitations. And going to have a hard time seeing this through. So, guys, I'm still looking for those comments, man. So, give me a call here. Let's make the decision together. Don't leave this one on me. I don't want an angry Laura bearing down on me here, going to kill me later. Do we go with the blue gloves, the purple gloves, or another color yet to be determined? I mean, throw me a bone here. Tell you what, I'm going to run in the other room real quick and grab a monster so that I can get ramped up, and ready to roll. You're probably going to hear the heater kick on for just a second because it's getting a little bit chilly in here, but just bear with me. It won't run long. So just give me 2 seconds. You guys have a little group discussion. Tell me whether or not we should go with blue, purple, or another color. We have a whole assortment of a palette in front of us, so if you pick a color, I'm pretty sure we can get pretty darn close. And I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We have a purple zero energy ultraviolet monster, and we've got peanut M&Ms. Living the dream here this morning. Actually, we're kind of freezing our nays off, waiting for this furnace to kick on. Sorry if it's loud, I apologize in advance. But damn it, I'm cold. I'm cold, people. I see all of my my 3 loyal viewers have decided to not give us a color suggestion. I appreciate your confidence. Way to step up and take responsibility. Fair enough. Captain goes down with the ship. Okay, so purple. I'm feeling purple. I'm looking at a purple monster. I know if it was me, I don't know what I'd do if it was me. Honest to God. And it is me. Such a noob. Anywho, we'll get through this. We'll get through this. See, I can't see the Warhammer group. That's the problem. I can only see it on the anti-up site. But you know what? I'm happy to have all of you watching from wherever you're watching, and I feel really blessed and incredibly inspired that so many of you are interested in watching a hack like me paint. So maybe if we paint long enough together and you guys watch me long enough, I'll actually go from being a hack to mediocre. Well, thank you, Jeremy. That's very nice of you. So let's just dip in here. And whoever our person that suggested purple was, congratulations, you're the lucky winner. I'll try to paint this purple and not choke on an M&M. And my hat's off to guys like Squidmeyer and Miniac and oh god, I can't think of what his last name is. I believe his first name is Jason. Those guys make this look so freaking easy and so awesome, and I see them do stuff with paint that I hope someday I can do half as well. Really amazing painters. You guys all inspire me so much. And then I see community posts, both on the Anti-Up site and on the Warhammer sites, paint jobs that are just staggering. They make you sit back and say, Jesus, somebody could actually do that with a little bitty brush. And you know, so easy in this day and age of armchair quarterbacks. We're gonna pop it off here just a second, make sure that we're getting all these angles really well. So easy to sit back and throw shade on people and say, oh, you know, he could have done this or he could have done that. But I think until you've really picked up one of these miniatures and you know how delicate and tiny some of these spaces that you've got to try to paint can actually be. Whew, you just don't know. You just don't know. So we're going to steady this up. We're going to try to get in here on the inside of this glove without painting our arm purple. Because female elves should not have purple arms. I don't know if it's a rule or not, but I feel like it should be. Alright. So that glove is painted. We'll flip over our little foam holder here, pack it back down in here. Now we got to start getting a little careful because we don't want to touch our unprotected colors or we'll rub the paint right off through the metal. Metal is particularly notorious for that. That if there's a downside to painting a metal miniature, it is probably that the rub resistance, the wear factor when you're handling paint on a miniature is that much more reduced. If hypothetically you have a 50% chance of rubbing the paint off a high spot on a plastic model, on a metal model, you've got an 80% chance. I mean, it can happen so fast. And then if it happens in a place that you've wet blended, it can be so hard to go back and get that spot correct and right. A couple more people watching us this morning. Welcome Suzanne, welcome John. Good to have both of you. Catch you guys up a little bit. We went ahead and we painted the cloak. We did a nice gray wolf, and we have decided almost unanimously to go with purple gloves. So we are now moving on to the next glove, and we'll take it from there. So John, I see you watching there. I'm gonna need to call you out. How's that guitar coming, bro? I haven't seen a picture in a minute. I have a guitar buddy used to be a card player, and life got in the way. It happens. And he made the right decision. He made sure his family was taken care of, and life was on track, and he could be there to be a dad. Can't knock him in any way there. Those are the responsible things to do. All right, gotta love it. Did mean that I lost somebody I really enjoyed playing cards with, but he's also a guitar buddy, and he is building a couple of guitars right now. He got a bad case of the Corona cabin fever, and ordered a couple guitar kits, and is now taking the time to go through and build a couple of his dream guitars. And again, super inspiring, super awesome. Built a couple of guitars myself, and I just think that it's awesome that he took this on, and he's biting off this much of a challenge, because you know, it doesn't take a lot of work to slap a kit together, but it sure does take a lot of work to make sure that they're right, to really get them to play well, and to get them to do everything that you want them to do. All right, so I think that glove actually went really easy. That glove jumped together. I think we're going to need to do a lighter shade on the hilt of her weapons, just so that these gloves pop that much more. I love that we went with purple gloves, guys. These are going to look so good. So good. All right, let's see. What do we got next? I suppose we should build up the courage to do this underskin. This under... What would that be? Would that be like linen? Suzanne, I'm gonna shout out to you here. I'm gonna say you're a girl if you're wearing a leather cheerleader skirt. Would you wear linen underneath it? What would be the proper under accoutrement to such an item? Just give us a little shout out there in the comments. I know you're manning the desk right now and doing the good work at work, and you know you got to keep plugging away, earning those dollars, as you know you're super essential. But if you get a chance, slip over and just drop us that comment. Say, you know, okay, I suppose we can paint this skull when we're waiting on an answer, or actually get these belts. Brown leather belts. Brown leather belts. Okay, brown leather belts. We're gonna go with brown leather. And I know you guys see me reach for the Citadel paints a lot, but I'm also gonna do my best to show you guys that these aren't bad paints. As long as you use them correctly, you mix them properly. Use a little bit of flow aid. Sometimes you might see me reach over and actually grab a little bit of gloss medium or a little bit of matte medium, whatever it takes, or just straight acrylic medium, to go ahead and turn these into the paint that you want them to be. They're not bad paints. They're just not made to the same stringent standard as some of the Citadel paints. All right. And Citadel makes a very amazing product. They do. They make a very superior product. I wish I had some Vallejo here to show you for comparison. I do have some Army Painter paint. But I feel like that information is really out there. It takes just a few moments on YouTube to see any one of 100 different reviews comparing expensive paint to inexpensive paint, and you know the answer is always the same thing. I gotta say, Suzanne, you kind of let me down here. Breaking my heart. Suzanne just recently celebrated a birthday. She is still a vibrant and young woman. We will not talk about her age. Her husband, Chris, is one of my best friends. If not my best friend. So, I'm going to do a couple things to prepare this, we're going to make sure first and foremost, okay, you can see it. We're going to add a drop of burnt umber to it or near it. We're going to keep an eye on it because it's going to touch that black. You bet your tookus. All right. Put just a drop or two of flow aid right into it. I'm going to start doing the happy dance here. See how our initial mix is kind of clumpy? That's because it's not super quality paint. But as that flow aid helps those pigments and that acrylic medium flow together and mix a little better, you see it starts streaking out and looking side by side just as good as the expensive stuff. And never hide behind, oh, they don't sell this color, they don't sell that color. You can match any color. Those videos are out there. And once you learn how to start blending your own colors and matching your own colors, you'll very quickly start painting most of the stuff you have with custom colors. Anybody still alive out there? Anybody still watching? Hope I haven't put you to sleep yet. Go ahead and start painting these belts in. I love that sound, that pa-ching. It lets me know you care. This is where you start pulling your hair out. You start getting into all these little details. Get right up behind this skull here. Kind of a badass chick, man. She's kind of big old skull on her waist, gigantosaur in her hand, other hand posed ready on the other sword, gonna cleave your ass in two. Definitely see why Laura picked it. Definitely see why she picked it. It is very strong, very powerful mini right here. Digging it. Put just a little highlight of this around this canteen. And then we're going to try to sneak in behind the sword, between the canteen. Get this little bit of strap without painting her leg. Good luck. If you ever find yourself painting this miniature, live in fear. She's got a strap coming down off her girdle here, but it's not very well developed in the mold, so it's going to take a little bit of interpretation. My least favorite thing to do. I like paint by numbers, where you look at something and you say, okay, there's the strap there's what gets painted. Clear mold lines, perfect world, yada yada yada, feed the starving children. You don't always get that. A lot of times you just get, well, they don't really care if it has all the detail. I can't even say that. I'm sure that the artists who have to develop these do so with an unbelievable amount of talent. I mean, think about what it takes to paint one of these. Imagine what it takes to sculpt one. Sculpt. English. Not my first language. We're still trying to determine what my first language was. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. We've got the straps wrapping around there. Looking all nice and tidy. We are going to get back into our burgundy just a little bit here, because we're getting ready to throw our washes over this. But we want to make sure that we don't have any areas still sticking out. So, if you remember yesterday, we grabbed a little Screamer Pink from our Citadel colors, because Screamer Pink has this great quality of drying to like this almost maroon perfection. And it's a really great color, especially when you need something to go under a wash and make a leather. Like if you've ever seen that reddish brown that like sometimes really nice shoes or work boots or saddles or even gun holsters, said the dreaded G word, are made from. That really supple, well-formed, heavy, thick leather. That's the look that you want for leather armor, you know? Leather isn't just brown. It's got depth to it. It's a thing. It's organic. All right. Oh my gosh, how did we miss that? Do you guys see this? You guys let me miss this. Look at this. Look at the scribe line right here on the sword. Oh, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. We're gonna have to fix that. We can't send this to Laura like that. She'd be like, I watched the video. You said all that was gone. And I'll be like, I thought it was. It's Jeremy's fault. That's what it is. That's what I'm going to go with. Why is it Jeremy's fault? He's the only one active in the comments. Thought Wade was going to be active in the comments. Wade has opted out. Mr. Murphy was starting to be active in the comments. He opted out as well. All right. There we go. I'll tell you what, while we still got a wet brush, we'll just grab a little bit of this white paint and reestablish our highlight right there. Oh, much better. Much better. Now we don't have that crazy scribe line right across there. Got to get rid of those. People don't have seams. At least most of them. I've met a few people with like zipper scars and stuff, but I don't know if that's a seam as much as an unintentional restuffing. So, for you Warhammer guys out there, I got this Tyrannid arm, and it's not too late. We can just slap it on her. Just like that. What do you think? Could be a thing, right? Personally, I think way more frightening. Shout out, tell me what you think. Blow it up. Just kidding. Yeah, little magnetized Tyrannid arm. Do I have anything? metal to stick it to. Boop. Will you stick to my drill bit? There you go. A little scary Tyranid arms. Gotta love them. I'll let him put it back up here on my lamp. Okay. So what's next? We've done our straps. We've done our leather bits. We've done our gloves. Probably go after this sword. I'm dreading it. Oh no, we were going to do our linen bit. That's what we were going to do. We asked Suzanne a question. Suzanne never answered us. Shame on you, Suzanne. So we're going to grab a couple of colors here. All right. First up, we're going to grab antique parchment. We're going to drop it into the middle. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Big old paint crusty booger right there. Not where we want it. Okay. Reed, it is cool. And Wade, just getting here a little while ago is no excuse. You can be just as guilty as the rest of everybody. And I do appreciate you guys being active in the comments. I enjoy the interactions. I enjoy the distractions. You know, good jokes. All right, now we're dropping this in there, and you can see we kind of slopped a little bit over here in our straight white. That'll be all right, because we kind of want to swirl this around a couple other colors. We don't want just parchment. We want enough of that fluid and water that we have on our palette to wetten this up. We kind of want to work towards the fringes. Maybe drag a little bit of that white down into it. All right. And I know to a lot of you right now, you're going, dude, that's all literally the same color. I assure you, it's not. You might not pick up the difference in the phone, but there's a distinct difference between this area and this area and this area and this area here on my palette. And neener, that's the only place that it matters, is that I can see it. All right, so now we're going to get up here and try not to paint the sword that we've already painted, because we broke the first rule of miniature painting and we didn't paint the furthest thing in first. We painted the thing on top of the furthest thing in first. So that means we'll be repainting a sword shortly. Why will we be doing that? Because we failed to execute a quality plan. That's all right. Part of the process. All right, so now we're going to turn her on end here. We're not worried about the sword case. Sheath. Sheath. It's a sword sheath. Sword case. It didn't come in a box. Now, if you ordered your sword from Amazon, your sword came in a sword case. How do we do this? What is the angle here? Okay, there we go. Gets right where we started. Oh, I feel like we're going to be repainting legs. Oh, not a fan. You know, a few more minutes of staring at this miniature before I painted it might have resulted in a lot less do-overs. Let that be a lesson. I did that so you would learn. Did it for you, Wade. Did it for you, buddy. Wade, another regular up here at the old Anti-Ups. One of our DMs, runs a great game, great group of friends. always a kind person, never comes in here in a bad mood, always happy to be here. And we consider ourselves better for knowing Wade. Absolutely crazy how much stuff there is to paint on one little model. One little mini. I find it hard sometimes, even though I've painted so many minis for people now. I find it hard to spend this much time painting something and not get a little attached. Not at the end of the day be like, oh, that mini should have stayed. I don't want to give that mini up. It happens. It happens. What can you do? Oh, here we go. Painting that sword. Painting that sword. Watch out. We're painting it. Better to repaint the sword than to paint the leg, I recently said. About time for a new piece of paper towel. That one's out of here. She gone. This would be so much better if we could have music. Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to hum. Somebody just hum me a tune. Mana mana do 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 do. I hope you guys are enjoying the slightly longer, less interrupted version. I hope you guys are all having a great morning. I keep saying guys, but I mean that, I guess, metaphorically. That doesn't seem right. But I really mean all of you. Man, woman, beast, child, we will all come together under the paintbrush. One brush to paint them all. And in the darkness, bind them. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. Too far? Too far? Probably too far. Probably too far. Feel like I've crossed some imaginary line. Okay. So, sword. Should we, like, as a Warhammer joke, should we just make it a power sword? That'd be classic, right? Let's see. Can't go back and paint the sword until the white's dry. Do all our touch-up around the... Oh, I see white we missed. Darn it. Either that or she's, wearing different colored undies. Oh, simmer down, fellas. Simmer down. I can feel how the tension in the room just shifted. Wow. Sometimes you look at something and you want to give her the old Ric Flair, woo! I guarantee you right now, in a living room somewhere in Oscoda, John Cody just went, woo! Reed Leesburg. Yeah, online can't beat an in-person group. I agree with that. I think you lose something from D&D, from the experience, if you can't actually be in a room, you know, interacting together, you know, sharing a glass of wine or a mixed drink. And I'm not trying to make it all about drinking. I'm just saying that, you know, I definitely tolerate large groups of people better with alcohol. And I'm not saying you should drink, and always drink responsibly and all those things, you know. But I do find it easier to enjoy the camaraderie of my friends with a tasty libation. Besides, Jeremy thinks I'm pretty when I'm drunk. Just let that one sink in. I looked over on our purple glove and I saw a shiny spot. Uh-oh. Here we go. Hell yeah, I do. I don't know why are you commenting in those comments? You know, there's these wonderful comments directly below where everyone else gets to read them too. I feel like we're having private time, Jeremy. And we don't have that kind of relationship yet, big guy. You still have to share me with everybody else. I'm a pass-around painter. Giggity. Giggity. Anybody else here watch... I can't be in the launch party and the live video at the same time. Oh, well, aren't you Mr. Fancy Pants? Well, all right. Get up here just a second. Stretch. Make sure that all my old man bits still work. Oh. Grab a cushion here for this here bar stool. Let me just say, I am having a good time painting these miniatures with you, and I hope you all are having a good time too. I hope this gives you guys something to take your mind off of everything with. You know, can't really get out today. You know, everybody in my area, and I know that, you know, this is going out all around the world. Wow, what a scary thought. There are people right now in a different country realizing what an idiot I am. I love it. I love it. That's global coverage. And the sisters said I'd never amount to much. Boy, were they right. So anywho, it's just awesome that on a day like today, it's raining outside, the wind's blowing sideways, and it's just all miserable and crappy out, that we can all come together. Not unlike sitting around a gaming table, not unlike sitting around a card shop, and have this camaraderie still, have this ability. I mean, I don't know if we could have done this. I don't know if we could have done this 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I don't think that we'd have been able to have the same interaction. Not only are we sitting here talking and hanging out together, but you know, you're here with each other. It's not just you and I, it's all of us. How great is that? How great is that? I mean, stuff like that makes me want to be like, Zuckerman, that is some pig. Shameless Charlotte's Web reference. So, we want to paint next, eh? Yeah. That girdle's got to go. That's got to be a thing. Damn, we still gotta do the sword sheath because we can't start slopping in gold without having the sword sheath ready. Then we're gonna be standing here with a gold brush and not be able to hit the sheath with the gold. We'll be very upset about that. I'm gonna get more soap in this brush so it'll hold its shape a little bit better for us. Soap. I do love the flavor. Just like Mama used to make. I wish I had the ability. Well, no, that'd probably be bad. I was gonna say, I wish I had the ability to just edit the video with pop-ups of crap that pops into my head, and like images, like GIFs and stuff like that. Probably be one of the shortest damn live streams the world has ever seen. I always laugh. Sometimes you'll try so hard when you're painting something to just get one little hair on the end of your brush just fall in to one place. It's like I don't know if anybody here has ever played the game Operation. Yeah, it's a lot like Operation. You gotta get it in, it's gotta hit the side, you know, or not hit the side, and not get paint everywhere you don't want it. Interesting. All right, there we go. Whoo! Get that little Ric Flair whoo out. We're just gonna paint some happy little sword sheaths here, and you know, try to get through this together and have a nice time. Let's see. Handles on swords. What colors should they be? Handles on swords. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? People, come on. Wow. I saw a hole there. I thought I could stick my brush in it. There we go. Oh, Alicia's watching. I'm going to wave at her. All right, we're gonna lean on you guys now. All right, let's get a shout out right in those comments. Let's not hold back. Let's not be the quiet one in the corner. Reed, I'm talking to you. Come on, give me a color. What should we paint these sword handles so that that purple stands out? All right. All these swords have handles. She's got 3 swords on her. All right. What should we go with here? Dealer's choice. I tell you, some people's kids. Hi, Alicia. Blue. Jeremy says blue. Jeremy says blue. Well, Jeremy, we're going to paint them blue. Here we go. Here we go. Yeehaw. Let's see if we can do this. It's actually a good call because now we get to use the blue and the purple. I like what you did there. Yeah, it's gonna look nice, man. I think that a nice little splash of color, brighten up a model. You know. Okay, so we're gonna have to come back, touch up a little bit of the glove. Such is life. Quit shaking. Quit shaking. Quit shaking. Jeez, oh, Pete. Yeah, I tell you. This model's just got too many tiny bits. Look at this, we're holding it upside down, painting the bottom of a sword handle. And all I can think is, Laura, you better turn your miniature upside down and appreciate the fact that we painted all this standing on its head so that no one at the table will ever see it. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. That did that. Made that glove pop right out. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna look good? We get that glove touched up. Stand up here, make sure I'm, oh my gosh, it wasn't even focusing. I was having a failure to focus. Look at that. Good call, Jeremy. Good call. I think it's going to look pretty good when she's all done. I mean, it's still in the rough right now. We haven't done any washes on it. We haven't done anything yet. We're just blocking in colors still. We're just slapping the old paint to her. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lost where I was there for a second. Cool, cool. Oh my gosh. Don't touch the phone. Whatever you do, don't touch the phone. It'll cause an earthquake. An earthquake, an earthquake. That's how we mix our paints from now on. I swear to God. Every time I start mixing the paint, I'm just going to reach up and be like, take that. Facebook people. Whew. I like it. Good call with the blue. Good call with the blue. Just got a little notification on the side. Joe Bonamassa is now live. Sorry, I got a customer messaging me. He's gonna be coming to pick up his orc dice tray, which I should go grab that real quick. Let me run and grab that real quick so I can show you guys how that came out. We never got to go back to that. Got sidetracked with other stuff. But let me go grab the orc dice tray. Uno momento, por favor. Ooh, halfway through the monster. Starting to kick in. All right, so let's just take a moment here, show this off, see how it came out. You know what we should do? We should move our paint palette before we end up inadvertently repainting our dice tray. All right, so we ended up with the plane mounted barrel leg underneath there. Little handprints all the way down it because you know it works. Don't paint with brushes. Little orc billboard with smudges and smooges. All right. The old barbed wire wrapped cannon. But all in all, not too shabby. You know, it wasn't not a ton of time, not a ton of money. You know, this is literally just like a $35, $40 dice tray that we did for somebody. This is going out to our good friend Harry Lilly. He is a die-hard orc player. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope to see it on a table around here soon. I hope that it brings him a lot of luck, roll some good numbers, and just to see how she does. I don't even have any dice back here. I was going to throw some dice at it, but I don't have any. So I guess we'll just have to live with it. But I think we've probably reached a good place to take a break for a little while. I'll be back in just a little bit. We'll go ahead and see if we can't make a little bit more progress on Laura's barbarian or elf great weapon fighter. Keep calling it a barbarian because it's a barbarian mini. Yeah, we'll be back in a little bit. Maybe an hour or so, and then we'll tear it up. Well, good painting with all of you, and thank you all so much for supporting the channel. Please like it, share it, send it out there, get word out as many places as you can. You are the voice of the shop. You are the life of the shop, and we are all together trying to weather this storm and make it through these crazy times. And hopefully, with your support and your desire to share what we do here and the time that we spend together here, we can find some small way to squeak through all this and still have each other. So head on over to antiuposcoda.com for all your gaming supplies. We have miniatures, we have magic products. Going to be adding more and more and more as days roll on. Feel free to call us up, 569-6060, area code, oh my God, I just flaked on the shop number. Check out the Facebook site. It's right there. It's right there, Anti-Up, Facebook, phone number. Wow, Otis, I'm flaking on the phone number right now. That's happening live. Gotta go. Things to do. 989. That's what it is. 989-569-6060. Hit us up here at Anti-Up anytime. Get you a miniature. We'll get you squared away. You order a mini on the website. Tell us what your order was, or tell us what your order number was, or who it was that ordered it, and we'll get you squared away with a commission as quick as we can. Maybe you can watch your mini get painted right here. Yeah, everybody's firing in with 989 now. I know, right? I'm not perfect. I'm just a man, and I don't think on my feet as quick as I should anymore. Too many years of mediocre. Yeah, anywho. See you in a little bit.